Out of 700 interviews, I've never interviewed someone when they came just off of an award show right onto our set here.
Hey.
Hello, Mr. Dante Bowe. Am I getting your last name right, man? Because
No, but it's
I've
okay.
heard both.
It's Bowe.
See, dude, this was kind of weird.
East
Like, someone
side.
told me, oh, it's Bowie, and I said, I think it's Bowe. Like, I'm pretty sure of that. So we'll go with Bowe today. How's that
We'll go
work?
with Bowe.
Mr. Bowe, congratulations on
Thank
the
you
BMI
so much.
award, man.
Thank you.
How do you feel about it? Like, you just got the award like minutes ago. How do you feel about this, man?
I just feel like it's God just awarding my faithfulness and my consistency, and not just faithfulness as far as writing songs, but to Him. And it's just a token, and it just shows me how far I've come.
Man, Writer of the Year. What goes into your writing sessions, man? When you sit down, take me into where you live, not literally, obviously, but when you're sitting at a table or at a piano, what is that process like, man?
I do record where I live now. Like, I record in my house a lot. But
Are your neighbors okay with that?
they haven't complained
They
yet.
haven't complained yet? Okay.
But I mean, it's different every time. However, I really do love writing songs. So I know it's gonna sound crazy, but it just comes naturally to me, as if it's just me eating or sleeping. It's just very natural. So I can be walking a trail and get a song in my heart. I could just sit down the piano and like just spit out a chorus. And I'll go back and fix and tweak little things, but I'm a freestyler usually. So I freestyle a lot of the songs.
Has that always been that way, even since your growing up years, where you just kind of got a tune and...
I believe I used to write a lot more prior to getting in the industry. I think, when your relationship with God becomes more potent, it's a little easier to talk about Him. Just like you just prayed, that would be what I would do. Just, how each situation is different, so you'll pray differently for, that person. And I feel like that's how I'm with writing. Each scenario is different because I've experienced different things, but it's all about the same thing ultimately.
Man, I gotta say, when I was sitting at home in September 2022, man, all of me was going, God, please bring him back, man. What is it like to be back?
I don't feel like I ever left. I feel like, I've been with
That's
the Lord.
good news, by the way.
Yeah. My allegiance is to God.
Yeah.
Not even to my craft or my abilities. I'm very comfortable with my craft and my abilities, but when it comes to the Lord, I feel like I'm growing every day, all day. Like, it's a stretching, it's a learning, it's a growing, and I feel like He hid me to prepare me for greater, and ultimately to just increase my capacity for more. And so I don't feel like I ever left, because me and God were still like this.
Right. During that process, though, what was it like writing? What was it like getting ready? When I say getting ready, because you've launched some new stuff. True Music is new, man. I want to talk about that, by the way.
Yeah.
Where did that come from, in fact?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it was me. I had a lot of record deals on the table, you know, even after that whole thing. Even from them, they gave me another record deal. However, I just felt as though I wanted to do something fresh and new and innovative, and I want to give artists a healthy experience. Like, I want them to feel good when they're making music and not feel like they have to, maybe do something they don't want to do, or just be in an atmosphere that's not conducive to the Holy Spirit. And so I wanted to create a record label that kind of just reached back to those who I love and give them an opportunity to be around a real positive label.
Yeah. Man,
A label that prays.
how do you do all of this, man? Because when I think of the industry, I mean, it is hard work. I think a lot of folks take a look at it and they go, oh, this is so great, and, they glamorize it.
Sure.
It's hard work, man.
It's a lot of work.
How do you do this, man?
God, and it's just, I stay inspired, I know who I am, and I know where I'm called. I know who I'm called to. So I don't get to take a day off of my calling.
Wow.
It's a 24/7 job, and I adore it. I could be working somewhere else, with more labor than I am doing right now. Writing songs and singing on stage, that's just, the 10% of it all. But that 10% sometimes is worth the bad stuff is worth it, because you get to do that little 10%.
Yeah.
You get to minister to people. You know what I mean?
No,
but the behind the scenes is like,
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I was talking to CeCe Winans recently.
I love CeCe Winans.
Yeah, isn't she great, by the way? And she said that she loves and dislikes being on tour. She goes, because she loves staying home.
Right.
Is that you, or do you love being on tour? Which side are you on in that?
I love whatever I'm doing at the moment. I think if I get an opportunity to spend 2 weeks home, then it's much needed and I really enjoy it. If the Lord has me on the road for 2 months, then it's just what I'm doing for 2 months. And I don't really think about the alternative.
Get out of here.
It's true.
Like, not at all?
I don't really think about the alternative because I'm on tour. I know I'm on tour, and this is where I'm going to be for 2 months, so I need to suck it up.
So you just kind of go, okay, this is me.
Yeah, it's my new life for 2 months.
All right, note to self on that one. All right, man, okay, when you're on stage, when you're leading worship,
sure.
I feel like I've stalked you the last, 3 days of getting ready for our time together, man.
Okay.
And part of me goes, something takes place in you that, are you aware of what takes place, man? Because when you're leading, you're leading, if that makes sense. Is that how it feels for you personally?
I love singing to God. I love it. It's like when someone wants to go outside and just shoot hoops for a little while. So it's fun to me. It's fun to me to
Has it always been fun?
Yeah.
Since what age, man?
Since I found God, I've loved to sing to him.
Wow.
It's easy. It's just easy for me. It's easy for me to do spontaneous worship because I like singing to God. I enjoy the creative aspect of it as well because sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to say next. We just released a song with Amen called Every Time I Look Around, and it's all spontaneous, just me freestyling. But it's truly because I love to sing to the Lord. I enjoy it.
Well, if you want to freestyle, we got a piano right down here. I'll be glad to back you up on that. You wouldn't want that, by the way. Next to last question, man, and I got to ask this question. When you look back, man, I mean, you look way, way back when you were a teenager. Man, did you see all of this?
I saw more than this.
Explain that for me, please, man.
I kind of just think I'm getting
No one's
started.
ever told me that before. They saw more than this. I'm like, okay, no, we gotta go dig in that a little bit.
I think when I was younger dreaming, I saw even grander than this. And I think I'm just at the beginning of my journey. And
I think you are too.
And I'm so grateful where I am. You know what I mean? This is enough.
Yeah.
If God never did anything else, it's like he's already done enough. However, yeah, when I was younger, if I'm being honest, I saw stadiums filled for some reason.
And what would you tell a younger version of you, or even younger artists who are out there who are asking themselves, how do you do this? Like, how does this get started? What advice would you give to them?
You have to follow God and treat every room you're in as if God is preparing you for an opportunity or opening a door for you. I think sometimes we can be places and we can be a little antisocial, or maybe we're not tapped in thinking that this is a place we need to be. I think every place God puts us, there's no coincidence. You're supposed to be in that room, and there's some miracle, there's some blessing attached to that space in that room. Don't take anything or anybody for granted, because God will use even the people that do you wrong.
Even them.
Yes, you have to take it all, be kind, be generous. I would just tell the younger me, take every opportunity that the Lord brings before you.
Even those who do you wrong, Dante, that sounds better. That sounds good. Don't get me wrong,
It's
man.
true.
But it's
I'll get upset when someone does me wrong, at home, privately or whatever, but then I immediately have the heart of God towards it. I'll just get the right perspective because I want to be blessed. So I don't want anything ruining the relationship I have with God. You know what I mean? And so if it's just that someone says something rude about me or whatever the case may be, I won't hold on to it much long because I don't want it to affect how I feel, about God and his people. And so I quickly move on. I mean, really, I do.
Man, the song Demons. Am I getting that right, man? I love that song,
Thank
by
you
the
for
way.
loving
I
that song.
do, man. Literally, I was sitting at the computer last night trying to sing it, and we're not going to do that here. And my wife's been a fan of yours for she would say since the beginning. I don't know what she thinks the beginning is, but we'll go with that.
I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, what does the beginning look like? So I don't know. But where did that song come from, man? And the artistry work on that song is amazing.
Thank you so much.
What was that like,
understanding
man?
that.
I do get it. It was a good song.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just an early morning. I went and sat on my piano, and I was playing those chords. I don't know why, I always usually I would sit on the piano in the morning and play and talk and sing to God. I haven't gotten the piano in the morning in a little while just because I'm way more busy now. But anyway,
are you on the piano every day, kind of like that?
Yeah,
Okay,
I do play on my piano every day, pretty much at some point of the day. But I was sitting there and I was just playing those chords, and they were dark chords. I didn't know what I was saying through the music, and I just started singing. It was like, I've had demons underneath my bed. And I went back and forth, like, do I want to say that? I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to make people think that I'm on some dark path, because it's not true. However, this is the reality. When you're going through a divorce, this is what it feels like. When you're going through depression, demonic oppression.
Like. Yeah.
It is demon. It is demonic. It does feel dark. And that's what, when you think about suicide and you think about people that just, go and lose their minds or whatever the case may be, it's not a sunny day. It's not something that you can kind of tiptoe around. And so I made a bold decision to just say, you know what? Yeah, like I've had demons underneath my bed. And I ended the song with no more demons underneath my bed.
Yeah.
But
and the video is powerful.
Thank you.
Man, that video is like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it in Christian gospel music, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
That industry, if you want to call it that makes sense.
Imagery, you know?
It is like, dude, like when I was getting ready for our time together, part of me was going, where does that come from with you, dude? Like, you are, in my opinion, you are brilliant at that. Man, I think you're a great songwriter and singer. Obviously, you just won an award, but you are brilliant at just imagery and artistry and creativity. Like, if you weren't doing this, you'd be on some Hollywood set somewhere. Am I right about that, man?
Yeah. I love imagery. I love, think about Jesus made the water. He literally made the seas. He made the mountains. He made the sand stop at the ocean. It's all art, And if he's the ultimate creator, I think I should be creating, to some degree, at some point.
Yeah.
And I feel like what he did was not shy. It was a little show-offish.
It's deep.
When
you're part of the Red Sea.
I just left Carmel, California. It's pretty extraordinary what God did with his hands.
I would have to say so.
And it wasn't shy. It wasn't conservative at all, really. It was just true to him, and it was true to his nature. It was beautiful. And so I try to make beautiful art.
Man, this has been amazing. What people don't know, who are not here with us,
yes,
you just came from an award show. Like I said again, you came right into here to sit down and talk to us in Atlanta traffic on a Thursday afternoon.
It wasn't that bad.
Well, okay. Well, yeah. But it's Atlanta on a Thursday afternoon, and you have been more than kind.
Thank you so much for having me.
I just want to say thank you.
Thank you for having me, sir.
This has been good.